Welcome to another edition of Joe's Politics 101. Facebook, YouTube viewers, and YouTube subscribers. I've got to get up and go. I've been making quite a few videos this morning, and I've got to go to the doctor. But before I do, I want to talk about one of our Republican politicians. You know, I talk a lot about Republicans, and one of the reasons I do is because their views, their policy, I guess you would call it, just don't seem to fit the need of the nation. Some of the things that they do. But there's one particular cat dog that I want to discuss who is new to our Congress, and that's Ted Cruz. You know, ever since this young man popped up, you know, I guess with his campaign back in Texas, in 2011, I believe it was. I think he came into the Congress in 2012. At any rate, he's one of these Tea Party folks. You know, I don't know exactly what makes up the Tea Party, but from my point of view, the Tea Party movement is more of a type of we versus them type of political attitude or behavior. We versus all them other people in America. That them other people in America shouldn't be around. You know, every time I see that crawled snake on that yellow flag and those words, "Don't tread on me," I wonder why they have the belief and the ideology in their head that not treading on them means they can tread on me. You know, that's an interesting question to me. You know, you believe that I'm treading on you, but yet your actions don't tread on me. Well, you know, that's their symbol, and that's how they feel. And I guess, you know, because we're such a diverse nation, I guess they have a right to that. I mean, if I want to wave that flag and have my own cause, then, you know, I could probably do that too. But I'm not that extreme, you know. I don't think people are treading on me. You know, you're not violating my rights. You're not up in my house. You're not really affecting me in any way. You know, and you know, they talk about tyrannical government and all of that good stuff. You know, when does a government becomes tyrannical, and where is that line drawn that says it's tyrannical, and what are the values that make it tyrannical? But Ted Cruz strikes me as one of those individuals that can be and probably will be tyrannical. But what's more upsetting about it than anything is, over the last 5.5 years, there's been all of this stuff about President Obama's birth certificate, that he wasn't born in the United States, and all of this good stuff. All of a sudden, here's a Caucasian with a Spanish surname who's anticipating running for President of the United States. And it seems to be, hello? I don't, not from my number, I don't believe. Joe Freeman? Oh, okay. Yeah, we had, I didn't recognize that number because I dialed a 214 number. No, I think Lester called you back the other day and gave you the price on that debt. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right, man. Excuse me for that interruption. Business. Kind of lost my train of thought. Oh, going back to Ted Cruz. He, this information about Barack Obama not being born in America, he's a foreigner, he's a Muslim, he's this, he's that, But now all of a sudden it seems to be okay that a Caucasian with a Spanish surname is wanting to run for the highest office in the land, who was not born in America. From what I understand and from what I've read, he was born in Canada. Now, you say, well, oh, he's Hispanic, his dad's Hispanic, and blah, blah, blah. That's all well and good. But there's a difference in carrying a Spanish surname and your dad being I don't know, whatever he is, whatever race, culture, that when you assimilate and you grow up in a certain environment and you assimilated into that environment, then you lose those values that the average person with a Spanish surname or Latino surname would have. You don't have those values. You didn't grow up in that culture. You grew up in the Caucasian culture specifically. And he comes across as that to me. Now, I've seen commercials of this guy, abolish the Internal Revenue Service. And of late, it's been really working on trying to drum up enough support to kill the healthcare reform bill. And, I have issues with a lot of these things here, because one of the things about healthcare, and if you've experienced the situation of healthcare and not having healthcare, or having to look for different ways of obtaining healthcare, you would know the difference. 30 million people. That's a lot of people who need insurance. It's a lot of people who can die of a small disease or a big disease, whatever. My deal with this guy, Ted Cruz, is they oppose all of these things, but they never ever tell you exactly why. You hear them on the front end of it say it's going to hurt the economy. I can't see that. There's little parts of the healthcare reform that have already been initiated have created jobs in the medical field. And as it grows, it will produce more jobs for people in the medical field. It may lower the cost of healthcare over the long run, but it will also create jobs in the medical field. Now, take this into consideration as you watch this video. Congress, every person in the Congress, or every person that works for the federal government or state government, have access to health insurance. But I'm going to talk specifically about the federal government system that the congressman, your senator, your House of Representatives person is involved in. Each one of them have an opportunity to buy into insurance when they go to Congress, or if they're in Congress. Now, some of the names of it is Senecare, Congrecare, Tricare, whichever one they decide to buy into, they can buy into it. It's not an expensive insurance. It's not expensive at all. The average cap, or the average cost of a federal government insurance is about $3,000 a year. Okay? And that comes in the form of co-pays. You know, if you don't go to the doctor, you don't pay nothing. If you go to the doctor, you pay your co-pay, which may be $50, $25, $30, whatever dollars. The question I keep asking myself when I hear these people talking about getting rid of the health care reform bill, repealing it, and not really replacing it, they, like President Obama said, they used to say repeal and replace, and now they don't even say replace, they just say repeal. What gets me about it is, why is it that the very person that's supposed to be representing you in your state, in the Congress, or in the Senate, or in the House of Representatives, or in the Senate, why is it they don't want you, the average American citizen, to have the same opportunity to purchase insurance like they do? You know, and there's all type of theories about this. Well, they believe the government shouldn't be involved in the insurance business. That it should be left up to private corporations. Well, you know, all these years that we've had these private corporations, private insurance companies running on out here, they take your money for years and years and years, and you may never ever get sick until you get up in age. And then you get sick with something serious, a serious illness like I had, and that insurance cover you for 6 months. After about, when you can't work, after about 6 months, they drop you and tell you that you're going to have to get another insurance to cover the remainder of your sicknesses. Now, you done spent thousands, you and your employer have spent thousands of dollars on that insurance policy for years, 20 and 30 years. But you get critically ill and you can't work anymore, and they just abandon you. That's what the health care reform bill is about. It's about making people accountable for their actions. Not taking your money, not dumping you when you get ill, and if you got an existing medical problem, making sure that you get insured so they can be treated. That's what the health care reform bill is about. But people like Ted Cruz, Paul Ryan, John Boehner, Eric Cantor, all of these Republicans would rather that you not have what they have the opportunity to have, because you don't have the money to dish out for medical expenses if you need to. You know, I look at Dick Cheney, who had a heart transplant. Prior to having a heart transplant, he had what is known as an LVAD, very expensive machine that kept him alive until he got a heart transplant. Then a heart transplant, very expensive, very expensive. Now, the question is, he has a lot of money. Dick Cheney has money. He's not a broke person. He's a millionaire type of guy. Maybe a billionaire, I don't know. But he's got plenty of money. The question I ask you is, do you believe or do you think that Dick Cheney took from his personal money and paid for the LVAD and the heart transplant? Do you believe that he did that? I don't believe that he did. Now, pose one more question. If Ted Cruz became ill right now, today, and he had to go to the hospital. From what I understand, he has a few bucks. You know, he's a wealthy guy. Do you think he would take from his own personal money and pay for his medical care? I don't think so. I think he would use the insurance and pay whatever the 20% of it is. That's all the health care reform bill is trying to do. Get everybody insured, give them reasonable prices that they can afford to pay, and at least have an opportunity to survive. Thanks for viewing my video post here. God bless you. God bless America.